I have to spend 1 hour at the very minimum, sometimes longer, most times longer, because after we do the video and the video is done, I have to go back after and read all 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 comments to delete the nonsense. People just write some real crap sometimes, not many, but some. And to answer the people who have asked questions during the live video while the live is running. They may have asked questions that some of the other members may have missed. While a live video is running, there's no reply button. So it's hard to reply specific to the person who asked a question. But after the live video is done, it's archived and it's broadcast, you can. So I go and I make sure and I tag all the relevant members of the Progressive Empowerment Party to follow up. Anyway, while I was looking at the picture to share it, to share the video, because before the video, while the video starts every night, I share the video to my fan page, to Progressive Empowerment Party page, and to Stand Up TNT. I'm looking at myself tonight in this outfit and then I find it looking kind of cute. And I need to say that because there are times I don't find I look cute. And I am my biggest, harshest critic. Now, the cute talk is just cakes. But I could see, over the course of a day, 1,000 people agree with me. 1,500 people agree with what I'm saying. Sharing my post 4, 5, 6, 700 times. And all it takes is one person to attack me that I try to understand why, and I guess that's an insecurity, I take in that, but also it's trying to understand. And this week here, now you all know I don't tolerate these school fight videos. I don't take on school fight videos at all. We don't share them. I don't share them on my wall. I have 30,000 followers. 5,000 friends. I do not share school fight videos on my wall. I do not share school fight videos on the Philip Edward Alexander fan page. That has 20,000 followers. I don't share it there. I do not share it. We do not allow it on Stand Up TNT. Stand Up TNT is the largest political group in Trinidad and Tobago, almost 20,000 people. We do not share school fight videos there. And I'm saying all of that for a reason. Because on Stand Up TNT, you can't just post. Unless you are one of the regular posters or the members who have been given approval to just post. Everybody else posts and waits for approval. And that is to prevent people posting lawlessness and racism. People just find real shit on the internet to post. And we have to kind of separate crap from what people want to hear. Anyway, I normally have nothing to say about the school fights, but this week here, and I wanna also bring up the issue of the no bread in Tobago, because a German guy called me from Tobago on Sunday morning, and he said to me, Mr. Philip, there is no bread in Tobago, and nobody is talking about it. I have called the media and they are not taking me on. This is what this guy told me. So could you please, if next time you do a video, if you could mention that we have no bread in Tobago. So I posted it Sunday morning. I pulled over. I was on my way down San Fernando. And I pulled over on the side of the road. Rain was falling, bucket a drop. And I put up a post about it. And it went viral. And other people went into shops and took pictures and proved that it was in fact true, because I am not in Tobago. But I had to respond to this German chap. He said, Mr. Philip, I follow you every night, and I hope, I know his name, but I can't call his name, because like many other businessmen in Tobago, especially, he's here, he said he's here 30 years now, 20 years in Trinidad, 10 years in Tobago, but he still does not consider himself a Trinidadian or Tobagonian, and he's afraid of victimization, so he doesn't want to say anything. And a lot of people, that is their story, that they're afraid of the disgusting government and what passes for everything in Trinidad and Tobago, because this little pimple on the backside of planet Earth is the most corrupt nation in the world. Somalia and Rwanda and Haiti, the countries I want nothing but we. Here we stink and we dirty and we so good, we hide it. But anyway, not 12 hours later, CNC3 ran a story. So I wanted to call him back and say, you see, it made the news. But how did CNC3 not think to run that story all the time? No bread in Tobago. From the time I run the story, all the information jump out. 3 days. The Galleon's Passage had a problem. Cabo Star, dry dock. They put off the truck for the bread and tell him to offload, and they had to wait for the next truck because the boat couldn't carry the truck that they sent. So no bread for Tobago. And the Mason Hall Jumbie, he don't have a care. Because Sharon and the kids eating plenty bread. Fire truck Tobago Charan, he had a care. That, I don't woke up myself tonight. So anyway, yesterday at 9:25 in the morning, today is Tuesday, yesterday was budget day. A lot of things happened on budget day. But somebody messaged me on a WhatsApp and said, Philip, I don't know if it's true, but I'm being told that the little boy, I think Synergy TV had said it if I'm not mistaken, that the little boy whose head was stomped on in that video, that he died. Now, everybody know I have a heart for people and I have a heart for children. And all the teachers in Trinidad and Tobago that want to fight with me when I say fire the teachers, they could kiss my ass. If all of tutor and all of the teachers in Trinidad and Tobago unfriend me and vote PNM and UNC to spite me, I don't care. Because you all are full of shit. And I'll tell you why you all are full of shit. The principal, the vice principal, and every single teacher in the school is responsible for every single child in the school while the children are in the school. So if fighting taking place in the school and you can't stop the fight, fire your friggin' self. If your job is to write bullshit on a blackboard, but you can't discipline children and keep order in the school, fire yourself. If the principal cannot maintain order in their school, fire yourself. Teachers and principals, stop bullshitting the nation. If your children in your school are violent, lock the gate. Monday morning, lock the gate. All the teachers and the principals stand up there and let the media and the police come and say, bring the parents for John Smith, David Singh, Mary Williams. These children, wild and out of control, and we can't manage them. They go kill somebody else's child, and we want to get caught up in them and the bullshit. You see, if you all gave a shit, teachers, Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association. And this is for all the teachers who just want to jump out the skin and come on my wall to play the telling me about what I could say. Miss me with all your bullshit. Eh? You all are responsible for the nation's children. That is your work. That is the job. If you cannot do the job, I don't care how vexed you get. You could cry blood. If you can't do that job, if you can't protect that child, because if that child had died, all the teachers in that school were accomplices after the fact. You all were supposed to protect that child from that violence. That's the job. Children under the age of, I don't know if it is 18 or 16, I have to check the Children's Authority Act. But they are minors. That means they do not and cannot have custody of them own selves at any time. At any point in time, a child walking down the road, 11 years old, a police officer could stop and ask that child, where are you? Who are you? Where are you going? Where are you from? And if you can't give adequate answers, take you to the police station and call your parents. Why is your child wandering aimlessly in the street? That's the law. When the parents drop a child in the school, or now I know children come into school all how, and to see the school done, Fatima College has caused traffic because all the parents outside to pick up the children, and Mokorapo has caused traffic because all the maxi taxi outside to pick up the children. I mean, this country is such a disgusting conundrum, contradiction. We're ridiculous with ourselves, but we can't deal with that tonight. We're going to deal with the fact that once the child reaches inside the school grounds, the custody of that child rests with the teacher. A parent cannot walk into a school, pick up the child and walk out. That is an arrestable, chargeable offense. The parent has to go to the principal and say, I am here to pick up my child. Now the principal more often than not is not going to refuse the primary caregiver. But you can't just walk in the school and take the child. Because for the time between, say, 8 and 3, the principal has the custody of all of those children. The flip side of that is responsibility. So when a child and children, and so many children, when pornography, porn videos, licks like peas, and all we see is beat and beat, fire the principal. To all the teachers who want to sit down in the teacher's room and eat doubles, eat your sandwich, drink your coffee, and say, I can't take on them people, children. Fire your blasted self. That's the job. Teachers, hear me again. Go around Facebook, find all my detractors and sign up with them. Tell them Philip is a mother ass for calling us out. But it is your work, it is your job, it is your responsibility. Those are minors. If your school is out of control, Mr. Principal, lock the gate tomorrow morning and call the minister to account. Call the Minister of Education, the Minister of Social Development, the police, and the media and say, this school, these children are out of control. These 9 children, we don't want them in this school, or we're working. They will take them out, and they will be forced to find some other means of educating these children. They will have to create quickly a school for wayward youth. But you cannot abdicate your responsibility to all the other children because they have a handful that you say you are afraid of. And I'm telling the teachers again, to all of you, one to the other, message each other on Facebook, tell them Philip is a mother ass. I don't care. This was never about friends. I love all of you. I think teaching after farming is the most sacred profession. You hear that? So if you want a defender for doing your job, you have one in me. And if your school is out of control and you can't manage and the principal not taking you on, 682-2110. Call me. I will come and we will light it up and something will happen. And I promise you something will happen. Because yesterday at 9:25, now I ignore all the school fight videos. I don't want to see nobody child and the porn and all that shit. Don't send that crap to me. When you send me a video, if it doesn't say what the video is, I delete it. All of you who send me videos. You see voice notes? If you send me voice notes, a man sent me about 12 voice notes the other day and I just hit delete. I don't have time to dig around in the trash to find out what you're trying to send me. I do not have time for that. So I don't watch these videos and I don't see these videos. But unfortunately, I couldn't miss that one. For whatever reason, that one came my way. And it upset me no ass. Because I think if that was my child, I'd go in the school, find them children and break everybody's leg. I'd not take my punishment after that. You're stomping on my child's head. You're not. You will limp for the rest of your life. Your Honor, guilty. I break 6 children's leg in the school. They stomp on my child's head. No, I didn't call the police. I didn't call the principal. I didn't call the teacher. The principal and the teacher, they was up in the lunchroom eating cheese sandwich and drinking Milo. Them give to us. And who vex? I tell you all already, we are not in this for shits and giggles. We in this to fix this country. And Rowley's a mother ass and Colin Burt is an old thief. And Sinanan is a shit snake. And Camelot is a drunk. You could say all that. But don't abdicate your responsibility too. No one raindrop causes the flood. It's all a friggin' we. It's all a we causing this shit. So Monday morning at 9:25, I posted. Normally, Philip Edward Alexander do not interfere with other people's shit. That is the teacher's shit, the principal's shit, tutor shit, Garcia shit, Rowley shit. All them shithounds shit have nothing to do with me. This little boy, they stomp on this child's head. And somebody told me that they heard he died. And they said they think they heard it on Synergy TV. And I got angry. And I posted, being told that the boy whose head was stomped on in that school video has died. If that is indeed so, then all those little beasts need to be charged with murder. As of now, they should be on an attempted murder charge, forced to face the reality of their actions. Save me the bleeding heart bullshit about them being children. They are sociopaths and they need to be treated like it. If they are convicted, give the parents a choice to do the time for them so they might finally take responsibility for foisting little criminals on the society. The teachers and the supervisors of the school should be fired. And once again, for the love of Jesus, Muhammad, Ganesh, and Buddha, fire this incompetent Neanderthal jackass of a minister of education, please, and the incompetent jackass who appointed him. Condolences to the family, more anger for the nation, failing for race politics, drowning in bullshit. That was my post. A young lady took it upon herself to tag me in my post and share it for her 4 friends. And real attack me, eviscerate me. Now this post that I post went viral. But when a post goes viral, I just like to look through the shares and see what people say when they share it. because I like to know where the politics of the thing going, what reaching, who resonating. I find this girl attack me bad, she attacked me bad. So I go to her, I go to the tag, to the post where she tagged me, and I try to explain to her that this is not what you think it is. But she had her own position, which is okay. Because everybody has their positions. Teachers watching me right now switch off the video and say, well, I used to be a pepper, but your mother asked now. But that's okay. That's okay. Because we stand for right, not for popular. We stand for right. And whole day, whole night, and all of today, it bothering me. Because me and that girl, I don't know her, but we have some friends in common. And I talked to a friend that is a common friend tonight. And we had a brief exchange about it. And it still didn't sit right in my head. And then I was able to tell her, because we go to the same gym, when I was leaving the gym. You know what it is? She eviscerated me for her friends. And that's no problem. But that accomplished nothing. And I mean, she attacked me nasty, cock talk, dick talk, all kind of toxic masculinity, all kind of bullshit. No problem. No problem. Toxic masculinity resonated with me because the first 4 people that like it, one click love. You see the love sign? And I click on it, and it's a young lady with all her breasts outside and exposed. And I want to know, what's the difference between toxic masculinity and toxic femininity? But you can't ask that in 2018. In 2018, only man bad. No problem, dick talk, cock talk, toxic masculinity. And I studying this, but this post that I share went so viral yesterday from 9 in the morning that this morning Princess Town School had a meeting. And today the Ministry of Education had a meeting about this issue. And this evening the police put out a release to account for this child today. And I had to say to my friend, tell your friend, while her bullshit did nothing, all the rest of the child meeting videos, no meeting in the school, no meeting in the Ministry of Education, no release from the police about the condition of the child. And to the police who put out that release that says, not everything you read on Facebook you can believe. That is an absolute fact. But sir or ma'am, my friend, you have a responsibility to the society to keep us informed. And in the absence of information, rumor and allegation will take root. And the only reason so much rumor takes place now, as contrasted and compared to when Gary Griffith was Minister of National Security, is I handled his communication. And nothing happened in this country that we did not account to the people for. There was never, for his term, there was never scare, panic, rumor, none of that bullshit. Everything was addressed. But we have people in this country holding all kind of big posts and position that don't do their job. The police service has a responsibility on a daily basis to account to the nation. But we live in a country where the people don't know their responsibility. So that young lady could attack me for getting incensed about a little child almost losing his life. We upside down and we inside out. And I ain't blaming her for her opinion. I'm not blaming her. I share all the pep policies. I share everything. And literally, the more I talk to this girl, is the worse and more rabid she gets. And I realize somebody hurt this child because she ain't know me. So this can't be just about me. There's a lot of hate to offload on one post. And I'm trying to get her to understand. No, Kezia, he did not die. It was misinformation. We have to get to a place where the doctors and the nurses know they're in charge of the hospital. Like we own. From the door, front door to the back door. Nobody else in charge but we. And if we don't have the ability to service people, shut the doors. Call the media, call the police, call the minister. Tell them the hospital shut down until further notice. The mattress smelling of piss. We don't have enough staff on hand to deal with casualty, redirect them elsewhere. This hospital on strike. But we don't move like that. Because in Trinidad and Tobago, we prefer to abdicate our responsibility, hold the corner, punch a shift and get out. Next man problem. And that's why the shit stays as shit. But you imagine Princess Tong's school, where this little boy was stomped on his head. You could imagine the change if the principal of that school and all of those teachers in solidarity said, that's it. No more violence in this school. These are the wayward children. We want them removed. And we're not working until they remove them. And the ministry will have no choice. And you know what that will do after? That will give the teachers the authority to tell other children who are thinking of being wayward, I will call the police for you. Decide. And if it reaches to me calling the police for you, one of us will never come back to this school, you or me. We in Trinidad and Tobago need to take responsibility for our responsibilities. It's not easy. I am not saying that everything is simple and clear-cut, but Christ, make an attempt. Let me hear. You tell me. You tell me what you are doing. Don't just tell me about where they come from, the parents. The parents will take care of the children. The first thing teachers just want to post on the wall. If your children is a little shit, it's not school, it's not video games, it's not life, it's the parents. Bullshit. It's all. We live in a shit-on world. We live in a world where Bruce Jenner molested Caitlyn Jenner. That's a meme and it's a joke. But right now, they have a man with a dick in a dress and nobody knows what to call him. In this crazy ass world 2018 that we're living in, everything upside down. So those of us who have some title that children look up to, mother, father, caregiver, police, teacher, principal, Christ, when it comes to the minors, do your job, priest. I purposely have avoided the conversation of the Catholic priests who molest children, because if I was in government, we would have hanged those priests. They would have been hanged from the neck in full regalia. I want all the gold shit that is wear for church. And I want my Christian friends to hear me say this. We are voting for you again. You want a hang priest. No problem. But I'm not in this for shits and giggles. We're standing for what is right. And any priest that molests a child should be castrated at the very least. Not just for the molestation, but because you are in a position of such authority that you've overridden the child and possibly even their parents' defenses. Wrong is still wrong if the Pope do it. You hear me? Wrong is still wrong. And I am ashamed that I was baptized a Catholic in a world where Catholic priests have molested children. I don't go to church again because I do not think that the Catholic Church has dealt with it. I do not think that the Catholic faith has dealt with it. I do not think that these children and these adults, now grown adults, have ever gotten justice. I think the Pope and all the cardinals and all the archbishops are full of freaking shit for covering it up and making it possible for pedophiles to go on and live out the rest of their lives having destroyed other people. Destroy them. Because a molested child is not a sane adult again. A molested child is not a sane. My brother lives in Canada now. And my brother wants to bring a case against 2 priests in St. Mary's College that he witnessed molested children. I told him, no matter who begs, I will stand with you. I will stand with you. And I will stand for right. So that's why when the partner tell me today that I have little Syrian children tell me, boy, I can't like Philip. He jamming with father and them. If your father wasn't in shit, their name wouldn't be in my mouth. And not in this for shits and giggles. If you're living nice off a criminal father, then take the talk. You're still living friggin' nice. Take the talk. Words can't hurt you. Today we met with a union, the executive of a union. And in the meeting, we found out one minister who is a lawyer, whose father is a shareholder in a company trying to take over a state enterprise, is the lawyer for the union. I asked, what kind of madness is this? You can't be getting advice. But when you deal with union people, they're not sophisticated. They're good people, they're intelligent, they know their business. But they're not sophisticated and they are being taken advantage of. They're being taken advantage of. I would like to know who is giving Ansel Roger legal advice. I would like to know that. Who is giving Ansel Roger legal advice? Is it Michael Kwamena, PNM lawyer? Is it Stuart Young, PNM minister? Is it Mendez? Who is giving the unions advice? And are they connected in any way to the political directorate? Are they getting briefs from the government? Are they on state boards? Are they Balize card carrying members of the PNM? Because if that is what is going on, then I thought that the enemy was within. But this is worse than that. This is himself to himself. This is left pocket to right pocket. This is why these governments have been running roughshod over the people. And these unions, there are rules against which they can march. I want the unions to hear me say this. A progressive empowerment party government will join you and lead the way in writing legislation that gives the unions that represent workers untrammeled rights to protest bullshit. We want Trinidad and Tobago to be a bullshit-free zone. And unions serve a purpose. Ansel Roger is unliked because he is not trusted. In his role, we don't know. Watson Duke is at best a stunting jackass. But you know what Watson for? You know what he for? You know Watson line and his measure. Ansel Roger. I don't know if tomorrow's march of the OWTU is a stunt to tire out oil field workers. I don't know. I don't know if it is a game. I hear that they finally take advice and file an injunction. Because the talk spreading all to Trinidad. Philip say, file an injunction. Why they file an injunction yet? I hear an injunction has been filed. I don't know. But I would like to know the grounds of the injunction. Because these are the only grounds that matter. Release the McKinsey report to the public, upon which the decision was made to shut Petrotrin down. And also call for an independent audit and assessment of Petrotrin in contrast and comparison to the oil and gas industry for the next 5 years. We need to know. We need to know, not today, not now, because Noam Chomsky told us they will unfund it, they will sabotage it, they will break it so they could sell it. That's how they move public assets into private hands. We have a lot of people sitting down in Trinidad and Tobago on piles of cocaine dollars, you know. Rowley said Trinidadians have plenty of money. He didn't say where they get it from. Kitos, why has no government, Kid Rowley, I want to ask you a question. First of the black sabgas, king of the infidels, Keith Rowley. I'm asking you, and I'm asking Camelot Bissessa through you. Pandey Sinai, he all over town talking shit. I hear from Pandey again, Manning dead and he lucky. But I'm asking you, keep Christopher Mugabe Sabga Rowley and Camelot Angostura Bissessa. Why has no prime minister or government ever since 1986 undertaken a commission of inquiry into the illegal narcotics and money laundering trade prevalent in Trinidad and Tobago. Despite 600 million on Monas, $1 billion in Spain, we just catch how much about 100 million in Vietnam, Norfolk, Virginia, Canada. All of that cocaine passing through Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody can answer. We don't know yet how to secure the nation's borders. They're automated now. Sonar boys, radars, and freaking drones, unmanned. An unmanned drone could sink a battleship. Why Keith Rowley? For all your talk, Keith Rowley, man to man, why no inquiry into the drug trade? Why? Camelot Besser, on your watch, $600 million worth of cocaine reached Norfolk, Virginia, and our next couple $100 million reached Canada. Why no commission of inquiry into the drug trade to expose judicial officers, lawyers, police officers, members of parliament, all of those who are involved? There are rumors that customs and excise is involved, that TNTech and the ambulance service moves drugs from Cedros. I am not the only one hearing these things. Where is the government of Trinidad and Tobago? Where is, and I promise you, a progressive empowerment party government will bring retired lords from London to do our commission of inquiry together with Scotland Yard and the FBI. When we are finished, we will know exactly what the drug and illegal narcotics trade is in Trinidad and Tobago, who is involved in money laundering, and where it gone. You see, Keith Rowley, that is your work. The Scott drug report was laid in Parliament, but the drug barons have so much power they squashed that. Why we never did a new one? That first one was so damning. People who were named in that Scott drug report went on to become government ministers and members of Parliament in both the PNM and the UNC. Trinidad and Tobago, cocaine dollars has destroyed the public service of Trinidad and Tobago, ruined our entire justice, law enforcement systems, has made a mockery of politics and political leadership, has made a mockery of governance and the public service. The drug trade in Trinidad and Tobago has made fabulously wealthy, I don't know what to call them, because their business don't match what they're earning. I would like to do a comparison with government ministers, Keith Rowley, Camelot Besser, using the Integrity Commission. You have been in Parliament for 32 years. This is how much money it was possible for you to earn. How are you worth this? How? A progressive empowerment party government will bring every wrongdoer to justice. I know they panic when they hear that, and they're doing everything in their power to keep us silent, but we're growing exponentially. I said last night, I don't care to never drive in Goodwood Park again, but I want to walk in Beetham. I want to walk in Rich Plain. I want to walk in Enterprise. I want to walk among the people who, because of the bullshit mismanagement of this country, have had no option but crime. I want them to see a prime minister who promises hope and opportunity and will not rest until we have nobody sleeping on the streets, nobody jobless, nobody homeless, everybody with a shelter over their head. We need a better Trinidad and Tobago. To those who think that all of these exercises are difficult, do not be overwhelmed. This is a dot in the ocean. The New York City Internal Affairs Division said they could clean up our police service in 6 months. We could bring retired judicial officers to do due diligence on our court system. We could do that. We could do it. It's easy to fix. The country was supposed to diversify since the 80s when the world had a recession. Not this fake Colin Imbert and the 1% recession. This is bullshit. This is manufactured. This is the banking sector and the 1% working in collusion to damage this country so that the very wealthy could buy up everything. That's what's going on. And while we playing chicken chasing one another, they're playing chess. They're playing chess. We playing checkers. Have to done. Have to done. It's going to done when they have 1 million Philip Edward Alexanders. See my big mouth? Every time they talk about my big mouth, as asked, why does my big mouth bother you? What about my mouth bothers you? You don't have to follow me. You don't have to be on my wall. You don't have to watch my videos. You don't have to listen to a word that I say. But it is not that you are disturbed. You are disturbed that others are hearing and that they are waking up. That's why my big mouth bothers you. That I am waking an entire nation up. There are Trinidadians all over this world who are anxious to come back home and rebuild Trinidad and Tobago. We will bring to justice the wicked men and women who have conspired to destroy that Trinity. We will bring them to justice, I guarantee you. To those of you who have a problem with my big mouth, just don't listen. Stay in the shit. Tread water. My mission is for the people who want a better country. Those who are not part of the conspiracy. I see and I know it is time for an amnesty. It is time for the Chief Justice, the President, and the DPP to meet together and call the Commissioner of Prisons and ask for all of the outstanding court matters and anything that is not murder, treason, or rape, or drug trafficking. And I'm talking about drug trafficking, not 2 joint. I'm talking about kilos of cocaine. Anything that is not those 4 things, that are in jail more than 6 years, all them petty criminals and them weed smokers that are in the jail, release all. The President has the power to pardon everybody. The Chief Justice have the power to sentence everybody to time served. And the Director of Public Prosecutions has the power to vacate all of those matters with a wave of a hand. All vacated, go free. Somebody trapped in a system like that get a chance like that, I willing to bet, wouldn't spit on the ground. It is time we stopped pretending that color and race and class and religion have anything to do with a person's potential. Take any Trinbagonian, anyone, and put them in a nation where hope and opportunity exists. And they don't just survive, they thrive. They go incandescent. Trinbagonians lead the world. We lead the world in everything. There's a Trinbagonian somewhere in everything. There was a Trinbagonian in space. We are a proud and capable people. We are a loving and happy people set upon by some criminals that organize themselves politically and in a chamber of commerce. It is time. You're not going to get this again. The Congress of the People wasn't a real political party. That was UNCB team. The Congress of the People, I'm telling you, I was there. I watched the bullshit decisions that Dukaran and Prakash Ramadan make. I listen to the talks. People say, come. Every Sunday morning, my life, I in Caroni, listening to these jackass talking. But we in government now, where we CPEP, where we URP, where we state boards. That is what we were in it for. Miss me with that bullshit. We were there for a better country, not for posts and benefits. We just wanted Manning's toys to play with them. The Congress of the People was never a real political party. Do not compare the Progressive Empowerment Party to the Congress of the People. Never. Ever. The UNC is the flip side of the coin, the PNM. I tell Trinidad and Tobago this. No matter what election bell ring, you have three choices. PNM, UNC, PEP. Now give me no split votes bullshit. Your vote is your vote. African, Indian, Syrian, Chinese, white, Portuguese, tall, short, fat, slim, gay, straight, wherever. You own your vote. You vote for where you think the country going best. The bandits, the criminals, the white collars, all you vote PNM and UNC, you know. The rest, vote PEP and watch a tsunami of change. Right-size this country. Open the windows. Throw back the curtains. Let fresh air clear out the dank and fetid smell of 56 years of inbred, diluted, gene pool political bullshit. It is time. You will not get another chance. You will not get. There will never be another political party in this country built on representing all of the people. There will never be that again. The PNM and the UNC are funded to divide and rule so that those behind them could plunder and pillage. There will never be a progressive empowerment party after this. I watch the others and the bullshit they're talking. They're telling it. It's sounding like it. You ever see the joke? That looking like it? Smelling like it? It tasting like it? The good thing I am ashing. That's what they are. They masquerade. They masquerade. A school teacher had told me once, there's a different, a shit and a fart. Both have odor. Only one have substance. We have political opportunists in this country who have no idea what leadership is, cannot stand up to the criminal hordes like I do. They dare not. Their job, their life contingent on towing the line, holding the corner. They can't do what I do. There's only me. And some strong and courageous persons in the Progressive Empowerment Party that make it possible for me to do what I do. There are soldiers in this party that bleed red, white, and black. They don't care whether you love or hate them. The mission that we are on is a better Trinidad and Tobago, one people under one flag. We want to go back to Eric Williams and undo and redo the bullshit he did from the very start. Reboot the Republic. There is only one sane political choice. 4% of the electorate in the PNM came out to vote. 4%. 4. Not even PNM want PNM anymore. Charge Snake your $400. Charge, no problem, Hines. Go and make your police report. You assault me with water, no problem. Do it. But that will cost you. When Gary Hunt had said, Trinidad don't know the value, the cost of national pride, when he tried to pass off the bullshit $2 million flag and Manning lost. I told Gary Hunt when I saw him, it looked like the cost is 16 seats because you lost. You lost. The PNM is a corrupt, racist cult. The UNC is a corrupt, racist cult. What you need to decide if you're corrupt or a racist. Let that dictate the country that you live in. Racism and corruption has been dogging this nation for 56 years. $3 trillion later. $3 trillion spent. Enough money to build Dubai twice. Our capital city smells of piss and human shit. We don't have a plan to deal with the homeless. We can't manage our hospitals. We have no clue how to deal with our schools. And we want to run a country. The only mission that those two parties are on is how to eat a food. To thief money. Instead of the people of Trinidad and Tobago getting royalties for their oil and gas like the rest of the world, the deviants who became the 1%. Ask Dragon didn't have a shit, you know. In 20 years, the millionaires and billionaires on your money. Because that's your money that you're supposed to share to you. But they put politicians in office to write laws so that they could get away with murder. And instead of giving you your royalties on the gas and oil, they thief that. And now they realize, you're too stupid to realize, they go thief the whole oil industry. And that's what's going on with Petrotrin. Nothing else. Everything that Keith Rowley tells you is a lie. Keith Rowley is a double-tongued deceiver. He is the worst political liar this country has ever known. And every time that son of a bitch speaks, he lies to his followers and he lies to the nation. The PNM has been fooling people for 62 years. Tell me where you want to go. What you want for yourself in the final days, the sunset of your life. What do you want for your children and your grandchildren where you get too old to stand in their defense or to work and provide for them? Where? What do you want this country to be when you start to fade and you watch your people exposed to a worsening crime epidemic, a failing nation, where schools, where your child could go to school and other children could stomp on your child's head and the teachers and the principal blame the stompers and blaming parents and taking care of their responsibility. Minister of Education talking a crocus bag of ass. Prime Minister talking shit as usual. Media missing in action. Tell me, what kind of country you want? admission, without hesitation, there is no question we are in trouble. All of us. The middle class has been set upon and ruined deliberately with a fake recession. They envision a nation of a tiny 1% and a 99% slaves to the machine. You leave Trinidad and Tobago if you could. If you're here, language artist is your title. Have no ambition. You're going nowhere. That's what they want. That's what they want for you. They destroyed the middle class. This country was the only country that had a recession while the rest of the world economies boomed and grew an astonishing 3.5%. If there was ever a single reason to fire Rowley and his jackass clan, it was that. It was that. But we miss the bus. We do not realize our role. We do not realize our responsibility to this democracy. We looking for white horse riders to save us. It is we. It is we are the ones we were waiting on. All of us. 1.4 million of us. All of us. It is we have the responsibility. It is up to us. We have written and shared plans that will undo and redo this country in perfect time. That will bring it to a blessed paradise on earth. You know it. You read it. It's counterintuitive. It is common sense. It is easy to understand. Most people, when they talk to me, they say to me, you know, boss, when you talk, I hear my words. I hear what in my head. Since I'm in school, I ask them these questions, you asking them too. Everybody tells me that. And I know that that means that the pulse of Trinidad and Tobago is strong. And that even if we're not awake, we're aware. And that is important. I am not dealing with stupid people. The nation is a nation of intelligent, capable people that needed real government. It's not leadership, you know. It's public service. It's to make sure the trains and the buses run on time. That there's water in your taps, that the garbage is picked up, that everybody who wants a job could get one, and everybody who have a job could own a home. That's all the government work is. Healthcare, education functions well. We're food independent. We set national goals. So imagine you reach 10 years down the road. We're food independent. We're energy independent. We have money coming in. Everybody happy. Crime is at an all-time low. Then we say, well, what's the national mission now? We want to win the World Cup. We will train for that. Because we will run out of big missions. But right now, the big missions are get water in everybody's tap. Get jobs here for everybody, not sandwich artists, KFC dinner box packing bullshit. Real jobs, real careers, things that you can advance yourself and develop yourself and go up and grow up and get more money so that you can develop your family. So at the end of the road, you could leave something for your children and shuffle off this mortal coil with a smile on your face. Every man and every woman wants that. They want a fulfilled life. We telling them, passa, passa, and brock out. We give them bullshit. When it pours, you rain. Get your ass drunk. Show up for work the next day. It is a mad, upside down, inside and twist country because of the PNM and the UNC. And who say that wrong? Show me how. This nation could be paradise on earth convincingly. We just have to want it. This Saturday at noon, we are at 19 Stanmore Avenue, a mass rally. We are calling all the unions, we're calling all the workers, we're calling all the business owners. Listen, you're in your little boat and you're rowing by yourself, but the waves rising. It is time to link up. It is time to form a real movement of patriots and civic-minded people standing together, one people under one flag. We, the 99%, have a voice, a powerful, powerful voice. The 99%, if it moves its power, could make a business or break it. The 99% take all of its business from one supermarket and give it to another for a week. The supermarket that lost, gone. That is the power of the 99%. We need to get that power organized as one people under one flag. If you think after this video that you still racist, then the game lost, the mission over. We will die in 2 years. At least this chance. Because I am not going on after 2020, ranting and raving, and people telling me, build up and you will be there in 2025. Miss me with that bullshit. The house on fire now. We need to be saving Camelot, not planning for 7 years down the road. It is time now. We want election now. If we had a real country of real civic-minded citizens, we shut it down now and leave it shut down till Rowley call elections. Because that's where we at. But if we don't get it, but I know, because they have nowhere I could go. Again, some traffic on a hillside on Fort George, and everybody in the traffic know my name. Look, Alexander, Philip, what's going on? So everybody know me now. Now is the time. We make ourselves available to serve. You want a better country? There has never been a better opportunity. There has never been a better political party. There has never been more plans, programs, policies, and ideas to right size and redo this country. There has never been a government or a political party built for the people. There's been a lot of race talk, a lot of bullshit. You've got a lot of head rubbing, a lot of assness, but you've never really gotten a real political party dedicated to the well-being of all the people. That is this party. In Trinidad and Tobago, the responsibility to the nation is ours. Depending on what we do here now, what happens next will determine what happens to this country. None of this is over. It's not done. It's not done. All the bullshit they do, Rahal and Manning, Caroni, and all that, we will rebuild Caroni. We will reopen Caroni. It may not be called Caroni, but we will have a proper functioning agriculture sector that will be second to none. We will not only rebuild Petrotrin, we will make it the most advanced state-of-the-art refinery in the world, because that's what it used to be. We need national pride and concern for our people. You want that? Vote that. You want a better nation? Vote a better nation. Stop buying shit and expecting sugar. PNM and UNC have had enough times to fool you. It is time that we did better as a nation. Thursday night, Janice Lemon-Creaky, the Public Relations Officer, PRO of the Progressive Empowerment Party, hosts a show called Frontline. Myself, the chairman, the National Security Advisor, and membership and mobilization members will be on that show Thursday night for an extra long 2-hour show dealing with the issues in the budget. If you would like to be in the panel audience at the show, message us and you will get listed. Message Felicia Holder or Satish Ramsaran, any of the team members, and come in and sit down, because we may have questions from the audience time and you could take part in the actual show. peptrinbago@gmail.com, peptt.com, 347-4PEP, PEP-APP, the PEP app available on all the app stores free of charge. You want a better country? Stop the jokes, stop the memes, stop the bacchanal, stop the noise. Organize, get together, come. Let us build a better political vehicle for all the people and move forward, one strong nation together. Until tomorrow, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.